Hi guys, Robert Eierweis. Happy New Year and all the best for 2021. I'm here checking again with the first edition of Bayside Property News for 2021, where real estate information is on the house. Despite 2020 finishing on a very positive note with strong sales activity and price growth, 2021 for Metro Melbourne has started with listing activity slow to come out of the blocks. Throughout regional holiday areas, agencies are being run off their feet both listing and sales wise. Once the majority of holiday makers return from their break later this month, we expect to see Metro Melbourne listings activity to increase as homeowners start to put their plans in place for all their property needs. And why is property so hot, and why does almost 1 in every 2 people say property is their first choice when it comes to investment?
This graph will help to explain. Although the graph is only showing up to December 2017, you can get the idea how interest rates drive real estate prices. You can see since the late 80s when interest rates are at 17% and how prices change according to the interest rate movements. There is a lot of commentary out there regarding the post-COVID boom, but when you look at the graph, it simply shows a low interest rate environment that will quite simply move more and more people to property investments.
Here's the December home price data released by CoreLogic earlier in January.
In Metro Melbourne, we saw combined dwellings price increase overall by 1% for the month, which is approximately a $10,000 increase in the median house price. In regional Victoria, we saw an exceptional growth with 1.8% for the month, finishing the year 5.6% up, with a median house price a little over $416,000.
Moving on to the OBrien numbers for the week.
We had a lighter than usual week in listing numbers, with 75 new listings launching, 76 properties going under offer, 75 selling with a top price of $2,077,000.
In the market news this week, China's V-shaped economic recovery is complete, with economic growth now at pre-pandemic levels in the December quarter. In fact, GDP is at the strongest pace in 2 years. Population numbers released shows Victoria has lost its crown as the fastest growing state, which it held for the past 6 years. Queensland is now the fastest growing Aussie state. Mortgage deferrals fall to a quarter of their peak according to the latest APRI figures. Frozen mortgages are down to below 50 billion, while frozen business loans are down to 7.6 billion from a peak of 195 billion and 55 billion respectively. ABS reported council's approval to build new homes rose by 2.6% to a 28-month high in November. House approvals rose by 5.9%, but apartment approvals fell by 3.9%. That's all for the week. I'm Robert Eierweis, and remember the information provided is on a general nature. You should always seek independent legal, financial and taxation advice in relation to your unique circumstances.